Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Sonic Heroes extra videos. Let's keep the Team Chaotix train rolling with Bingo Highway. The last time we have to play Bingo Highway. Oh, I am really happy about this, and let's just say they end on quite a doozy of a mission as well. So first of all, A rank requirements, 32,000 for Mission 1, only 20,000 for Mission 2. And the difference between Mission 1 and Mission 2. Mission 1, you only have to get 10 chips. In Mission 2, you have to get all 20 of them. Which means all chips that are on the tables and the slides, you have to pick up, regardless of how chaotic the controls are, so keep that in mind. So right here, this is one that can be really tricky to get, because as you can see, it's right in front of an endless bottomless pit, so my suggestion is to float right on down there, grab that chip, and then, you know, make your way back up. Once you get that one, you can safely move on. There aren't any you're going to actually miss at this point. But yeah, you pretty much have to go through the whole level to get all these. In fact, the last one is technically supposed to be the first one. It's kind of one of those weird things where it's like you end up at the very end of the level, you take a flower to another table, and that table bleeds into the start of the level. So that's kind of what I mean by that. But yeah, getting all of the chips in this can be quite the task. One thing I would recommend is look out for those green arrows, those arrows that light up. They will actually point to where the chips are. So I know it can be kind of sudden, and there's just so much lighting and so many signs in this level as it is. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy by any means, but you know, if you're trying to look for chips on slides, use that as your indicator. They'll usually point to where chips are going to be. And yeah, just to be on the lookout, try not to advance too far into a level. Like right here, for example, I believe there is actually a chip at this part. I'm not getting it because my flight meter is kind of botched, but as you can see, there it is right there. And the other piece of advice I would recommend, listen for that little fanfare whenever you get the chips. If you feel like you touched a chip, but you couldn't really tell if you got it or not, the fanfare will let you know if you did actually pick it up. If you didn't hear that, then unfortunately you missed it. But yeah, getting all the chips in one run is pretty tricky. Not gonna deny that. And also make sure that you do check all of the, even if like you're in a position where like there's multiple paths, an upper route and a lower route, make sure you check all the other routes, because as you can see, I almost went without that chip right there, and this table's kind of hidden as well, so just gotta be on the lookout for these. Thankfully the A rank score is not too hard to get if you're looking for A ranks, but it's one of those things where you cannot die, so make sure you do not die in all cases if you want to go for the A rank. I suppose it's technically possible you could like get 19 of the chips, die, and then maybe build your score back up based on the enemies that are left. I wouldn't recommend that, but it is something you could theoretically do, I think. Or actually, I don't even know if you can do that, because it's not a case where you touch a ring and go back. You actually just use the flower and then you go back, so I don't know. I don't think like rings will respawn, or power-ups, but maybe enemies? Yeah, maybe even enemies won't respawn. I guess if you die, they will, but like, I don't know, hard to tell. But yeah, make sure you grab this, that chip before you progress. And I believe we have actually gotten them all at this point, too. So yeah, doing alright so far. There's also one right here in between these dice. Make sure you pick that one up, too. But yeah, this one can be pretty brutal. I know when I first saw that this was the requirement when I first played the game back in the day, I was like, oh god, how the hell am I going to do this? And then thankfully I never had to try, because I don't think I did ever try it back then, but once I kind of got a feel for this, I didn't think this one was as bad as it could have been. But I do think it's easily one of the worst ones of Team Chaotix. This one's pretty brutal. The Bullet Station one can be pretty brutal too, just because there's some aspects of that level that you may not realize when you're going through it to get everything, but we'll obviously talk about that later in this video, so I'll put a hold on that discussion, at least for right now. But yeah. Oh, I actually missed that. I did miss a chip. Oh no, I have to do the entire level again. Actually, you don't. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it now. You don't actually have to do the entire level again. Just have to redo a small part of it. But I'll get to that shortly. I want to make sure that you grab this chip that's kind of concealed in this one part of the table, but as long as you get in that slot machine, just don't press anything afterward and you should be fine. And I actually got really lucky there that I saw that light, because I just kind of followed that down here to the section, the next section. That could have been pretty brutal if I didn't do that properly. Decided to right here use the Team Blast to get some extra enemy points and power-ups, just to increase my score a bit. And then we're going to go down here next. And as you can see, there is a flower down here. And we're going to see where this flower leads. Will it lead to our dreams? No, it'll lead back to the previous slide. So yeah, this is how you can go back and, you know, essentially retry a slide if you miss something. And you can actually do that for the first slide too, so the game is at least generous to have that. You will eat up some of your time, of course, but yeah, small price to pay, honestly, considering you need to go back and, you know, essentially try again. And if you're fast enough, you can just kind of blaze through here. Maybe pick up a few rings that you missed as well, which I didn't get all of them, but I got most of them anyway. And then we can try again, and the best part about this is you can get any numbers you missed for your bingos. I still missed the 1, but we can still get some other numbers. Oh, what's that? I missed the 2 as well? Damn, we're just missing everything today. But we don't miss that chip. We do grab that. And we can get 1 more of the numbers if we get the 7. Which does add 2 more bingos, so we do at least get that. I don't even bother jumping off into the table this time. I decided to play it safe. Let's just follow this ball onto the table and then continue the level as normal. We only have 3 chips left, and I want to say 2 of them are like at the end. And then that other one is that kind of weird first one that I mentioned. It's the last one. I don't think we really need semantics, even though we're technically going backwards at that point. But here's what we have to do. We have to get up here. We're going to grab that chip. But before we take the flower, press these switches over here. These switches will actually open the door that's down here. Have another laser field, so we have to turn invisible with SBO. Grab that chip. You can get some rings here if you actually want them. I decided to get like up to 17,000. I figured that we could probably get like a 3,000 time bonus with this. Not to mention we also have just 200 rings, 271 rings. That should be a good ring bonus too. We'll get some more up here as well. But yeah, let's go ahead, open this flower, land in it, and try not to fall off. All we have to do at this point is we just have to get the last chip. Where's the last chip? It's right there in that little corner. And we got it! That is the last time we have to play Bingo Highway. I almost said Bingo Hideaway, but no, it's Highway. And we get an A rank too. How about that? So we are done done with the casino world, ladies and gentlemen. So let's move on to the next one. Let's get Rail Canyon taken care of. The secondary requirement for this mission is a time-based one. You have to get there within 6 minutes. And this is actually really, really tight. I'll get into why as we're going through this, but before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the A rank. 32,000 points for Mission 1, 34,000 for Mission 2, but you can bet that most of those points will be your time bonus, so you don't have to worry too much about that. So here's what makes this mission tricky. First of all, you'll spend the first minute on this rail. This rail is very long with Team Chaotix, it's also very long with Team Dark, but it's especially long here because you have to essentially just go through all of this. And I actually got those rings. I don't usually get those rings. I guess I must have just jumped up at just the right time. But yeah, that'll give me some points to get some good points to kind of continue the next part with. But yeah, as you can see, we've already wasted one of the minutes. So, you know, you have to kind of get through here as quickly as possible. Just kind of grind your heart out, I guess. Although maybe don't do that, because that sounds very painful. Don't leave your heart alone. But, yeah, just try to do your best to grind and balance accordingly. Right here, I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't have a team last year. I think that kind of messed me up, and I just decided to not worry about it and just move on. Because we have things to do, and I almost killed myself right there. Killing enemies, but you really just do not have a lot of time to spend here. And it's going to be one of those cases where you're likely going to get there, like, within the last minute. And probably, like, within a few seconds, if I'm being honest. That is if you play like I do. I know there are some pretty big skips for levels like these, if you kind of know what you're doing and you've paid attention to, like, the game and the mechanics and everything. I do not have that knowledge, so I'm not even going to pretend to know what I'm talking about. Because I do not. But if you are fast and you know what you're doing, you know the general progression, you can make it in time. So it's not impossible. It's just it will basically test you to the very limits of your skill and just the time frame that you have. Like, we're almost like halfway done already, and that's pretty surreal to think about. Like, we're not even at the part where you, like, the trains kind of intersect in that vortex, so there's still quite a bit of this level left to play.
Here we go.
And honestly, I think a mistake that I made right here is you can probably get through this laser without using the switches. You could probably just use SBO and get behind there. So I probably wasted a little bit of time there by doing that. Here, probably didn't need to do that because that just gave us a useless flight character level up. And right here, I think we're coming to the part where like there's like a whole bunch of those little bullet trains, for lack of a better term. And then I actually missed those, which I was kind of worried about, like that would harm my points for the A rank, but no, you're gonna get a good time requirement for this no matter what. So yeah, the Rhino trains. And look out for those rhinos! Even though some of them will just ultimately blow up anyway.
They destroyed the rail. They must be really desperate. Anytime you're ready.
Bust it open. There we go. There we go. Okay, so here's where things are gonna get a bit complicated. This is that little puzzle that you have to solve. Actually, that's not even this part yet. We still have a little bit to go before we even get to that section. Actually did pretty decent there with kind of getting through that section quickly. But we still have more. Decided it wasn't even worth killing that enemy. Okay, here's that puzzle. So yeah, you have to be very, very quick about this. Jump over here as quickly as possible. Get rid of the enemies. Hit that switch. And then, well, be careful about that. I was being definitely very reckless right there. But yeah, get moving over here, because yes, you have to defeat these enemies too. And not only that, you also have to defeat the Rhino train too. So I got kind of worried that messing with that Rhino train messed me up here, but nope, all I have to do is jump down here, keep things moving. And we have 30 seconds, but I think that is just enough. Just enough to get through here. Gonna hit this, hit back, hit this switch again. Oh my god. Will we make it? Yes, we do. Less than 3 seconds remaining. Oh yeah. We did it. We did the thing. Pretty good time bonus. I think that is just enough to get an A rank. I think we kind of cut it pretty close to that too, because I think it was like 32,000, 34,000, so we just barely got that. So thankfully we got that. Don't have to worry about it, and we can move on to the next stage. Bullet Station. Destroy all the capsules. I think you only have to destroy like 20 of them. Maybe it's even like more than that. I don't really know. Maybe it's 40 and you have 60 to defeat now? Or no, it's 50. It's either 30, 50, or 20 and 50. I don't really remember. Mission A, 32,000 points. Mission 2, 26,000 points. Those are the A rank conditions. But yeah, let's talk about this one. Much like the Bingo Highway one, this is another one that can be kind of tricky because there's some capsules that are pretty well hidden. And I wouldn't say there's like as many hidden capsules as there are the bingo chips. But still, again, you have to keep in mind that you have 50 of these to collect. So this is going to be a very long level. So definitely pay attention to the route I take while I go through here. I want to say this is the optimal route. I mean, I feel like I go through this level pretty linearly, so it should be the route. But yeah, let's keep things moving here. We got 7 of the capsules so far, and you see, this is another one that like the first time I did it, like there was like a couple of like those 2 capsules at the very beginning, or maybe it was 3. I don't remember I want to say it was 3. Yeah, it was 3 because we had 7, so we did the 4 and then the 3. Yeah, those 3 that were kind of off on that isolated platform. I actually missed those. And like someone was actually watching me while I was doing this, and even they were surprised that I missed those. Because there's like some that are like even like more hidden than that. So it was interesting that I missed those, and then I did another attempt afterwards. So I want to actually do them in like one fluid run. And also to see if I could, you know, maybe get an A rank, because there was no way I was going to get it with a really long time. I think my time limit was like 30 minutes the first time I did this mission. So there was no way that was going to be an A rank. Plus I also died, so yeah, of course it wasn't going to be an A rank. But yeah, the next time I did this, I did a lot better, and I feel like I definitely approached it in a more manageable way. In a way that would benefit me to get all of the capsules and get a good score. But of course, you have to not die as well, so that's another important thing. And, you know, I would say that this level is still pretty challenging to, you know, go through deathless. There's a lot of places that can hang you up. Although I don't think it's as hard as Rail Canyon is in terms of cheap deaths. They can still happen, and especially in some sections with Team Chaotix, there's some very, very dangerous parts. And we'll definitely see those as we're going through this. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this cannon. Boom! nothing over here. That door's closed, so we're gonna have to go in the back way.
Proceed with caution and be careful not to fall.
So we got some more capsules over here too.
Take the lead.
Or just one.
Take the lead.
There could be mini capsules inside the big capsule that don't count, but there could be capsules in there. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Team Blast. Sing our little Chaotix hearts out. And before we grab those capsules in here, there are some blocks we can break, and this will give 2 more capsules on the sidelines here. So it's actually kind of interesting, like, just with the capsules that we've gotten so far, and also getting these, like, this is already 19. We're already, like, 1 away from, like, I think the normal requirement. If it is 20, it's either 20 or 30, I don't remember anymore.
We'll find out shortly.
Yes, I can remember all the level names of Super Mario World and what order they come, but when it comes to Team Chaotix, like, mission point thresholds, that's where I draw the line, where I just can't remember all that stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe it's even 25. Maybe it's even, like, right in between. I don't know.
It shot us quite a distance.
That was awesome. Can we do it again?
Thankfully, they don't get too cheap with the rails here. I feel like they could have just as easily, like, maybe, like, oh, well, let's put an isolated platform with one of these capsules on. I feel like they only kind of do that once. And even then, like, I wouldn't say it's, like, too impossible to get to it without going through the rails, but again, we'll talk about that when we get to it. Ouch. That really hurt. Can't believe that hurt so much. But yeah, I believe this is also, yeah, here's one that you could easily, or 2 you could easily miss. Make sure you grab these 2 capsules kind of in the air here. Hit that switch, because I think that switch will also open this door, which will give you this one. Then you can be on your merry little way. But what I was saying is, this is currently video 12, I believe. We have 1 more after this, 13. I think it's going to end up being 14 videos for the Sonic Heroes Extras, so we are almost done, ladies and gentlemen. We've made some good progress. We've gotten a lot of emblems. We've gotten a lot of A ranks. I think we've done some good work here. So this is where this is actually kind of a brutal section. Because if that platform comes down, or comes down vertically like that, it will stop you, and you will fall down and you will die. So be careful of that. So let's talk about this section. There are actually capsules on this trolley ride. And if you miss some, you will have to go back and get them. Whether that means finding the secret flower that will take you back to that section, or if that means going back through the entire level again to that point, it's really up to your discretion. But yeah, there are capsules here. They can be kind of obnoxious to get. My advice is just do what you can and try to remember where certain capsules are. I think I missed like 3 of them right there. But here's where you need to pay attention to that if you want to actually go back and get those capsules. So, as you're following this route right here, jump over those things. If you miss them, just turn around and go back the other way, and then hit it again. The arrow will return, and then you can come to this section here. This section does have a few capsules, so you will have to defeat these. But in addition to that, there is also a flower here, and this flower will actually take you back to the beginning of the trolley ride again. So you will get another shot at this, pretty much. So if you were going through this section and you saw that flower, that's essentially like your cue of, okay, so that's how I get these. Okay. So yeah, that's how you can come back here and try this again without beating the entire stage and going through it again. As usual, it will waste some time points, but you know, it's better than having to restart the whole level over and over and over again. Nobody wants to do that. But yeah, we're gonna try this again. I think I kind of remembered where the things were. I think there's like one that's on the left, and then I get, or there's one in the middle, then there's one on the right and left. And I actually couldn't tell. I don't think I actually got that last one. So I might need to go back through there a third time now. Yeah, because I had 37, so I only have 39, and there were definitely 3 there, so... Yeah, and I am switching to flight formation so I can go back here. It's annoying, but it's what you have to do. And again, it's better than restarting the whole thing over again, just the one section. But I want to say the time points are pretty, or not the time points, but the time requirement is pretty generous, though. That's one of the things I was, like, really surprised when it came to, like, looking at the A-rank scores for all of these. There are definitely some instances where the game does try to be very generous on, like, some of the harder levels. Like, we definitely saw that in this video for, like, the Bingo Highway and the Casino Park ones, for sure. So, you know, it is nice that they did try to, you know, give you a little bit of leeway, I guess you could say. Here we go, let's try to get this last capsule, and there we go, we're good. Now we can stop redoing this section. We can actually continue on with this level. So what you have to do here at this part, just stay in the middle. You'll move over this way, and then you'll end up at this last checkpoint. And well, no, maybe it might be the second to last checkpoint. I don't remember exactly, but... Point is, we're continuing on, we have more to do, we have more to find, and that's exactly what we're going to accomplish here. So here we go, let's go ahead and get shot at by these robots. Need to hit this switch right here to open up the door. Get that capsule, we'll get this capsule. And we'll get this capsule. We're up to 43. Now we have the last underground section. And this has, I think, one of the most evil traps of the entire level. And maybe of even the game. Kind of similar to that one, like, triangle jump, I think is what it's called, in Mystic Mansion, where you have to, like, land on the crime rail right afterwards. It's kind of similar to that anyway. But I'll definitely show you what I'm talking about very soon. Let's first use this flower to warp over here. This part right here, this part is very dangerous. Not only do you have to time this with that platform, but you also have to not get knocked off, run into that enemy, and just not get screwed up by the momentum with that enemy. And then after that, we can go over here and... This should be it. And you know what? No, I think we do have, like, one more little section. Oh, yep. I think I see the remaining ones. There's one up here. Destroy this. One over here. And then we have the 2 final ones right after it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Bullet Station. Both Rail Canyon and Bullet Station difficult for very different reasons. Kind of impressive how that works out. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time when we do a few more levels of Team Chaotix. And yeah, see you guys then. Later, folks.